This is just a quick message to trending drama. Dwayne Fletcher. Yes, Dwayne. This is for you directly from your girl, Queen B. Now, Dwayne, just as a disclaimer, I have nothing against you. I don't hate you. I don't dislike you. I actually, respect you in certain ways, right? But you and I had a conversation before, right? And we don't have to go through what was said or what wasn't said. And I get it, right? I told you then and I'm telling you now that I get it. I get it for the fact that, the reason why you're so angry or the reason why you're so hurt, right? Because you're feeling as if you was used and abused and taken advantage of, and you were once a defender, right? You defended her honor, you defended her, you ride and die for her, you were there, right? We spoke about this before. And it comes to the point where you made a major boo-boo, right? And you came out against her and you totally disrespected her on the behalf of the plankers coming at you. And you turn around and you apologize for it, right? You apologize for what you said. You apologize for your behavior towards her. And let's say she half accepted it, right? Because to fully accept it, it would be to accept you and welcome you back into the circle, right? Welcome you back as the head boy. Yeah, your position that you used to be in. And that didn't happen. And at first, you were kind of okay with it because the fact that, at least she was able to accept it more than she accepted anybody else's apology or whatever. So, at first you felt okay with it. But as time went on and, the plankers, I guess, continued to come at you or disrespect you, or the plankers themselves is not really accepting you or accepting your apology, it appears like you start to get angry again. Like slowly but surely, you starting to get really angry again. And the more you were getting angry and the more they were coming at you and the more you kept on complaining about them coming at you, you made a lot of different posts about them coming at you and disrespecting you, and you didn't like it and you got angry, you get upset. And maybe, just maybe, because she didn't intervene and say, hey guys, I need you to leave Dwayne alone, leave trending drama alone, don't bother him, leave him alone, don't go on his page, don't, you know what I'm saying? She didn't come out in any form of, defending you in a way then, or say, talk to her plankers about not coming after you. She didn't do that. So I guess because she didn't do that, it seemed like that bothered you even more, right? And you got even more angry, and now you're starting to take it out on her. So every time they came at you, you took it out on her. They come at you, you took it out on her. And it just been escalating and escalating and escalating and escalating to the point where you absolutely now is so angry and so bitter, because in your mind, you've really gone too far. You've gone too far where you cannot turn back anymore. And, because of that, you say, F it. I give up. I'm not even going to try to get back in her good grace anymore. I don't care. Obviously, I've gone too far. I've said too much. And I know for a fact I'm definitely not going to be forgiven or accepted. And if I'm not going to be forgiven or accepted, then might as well I go full force to the other side. Yeah. Might as well I just go full force to the other side, At least that way I'll have company, to help me curse her or help me, defend myself against the plankers or whatever the case may be. You became, you form like an alliance then with everyone else that's against her, because you feel like you didn't want to stand alone. Yeah, you might be out there saying, oh, I want to be alone. I'm by myself. I'm a one man this, one man that. But in reality and actuality, Dwayne, you want company. You want company in the madness that you're doing. You want to be able to, have some form of camaraderie with other groups that's coming against the lady, and also, to help you, like I said, fight against with the plankers or defend you in some form of way. But Dwayne, like I said before, all the decisions that you made was to donate towards any form of charity that she had, any which, pedestal that you, right, and others, of course, put her upon. She never asked you to. You chose to do so on your own. You chose to do so with your own free will. There was no GUN that was put to your head. No one threatening you to donate. No one, maybe they convinced you to donate. But I didn't think a person like yourself, Dwayne, to be honest, I don't think would have needed a lot of convincing. Because you do have naturally a good heart, a kind heart, and you do like to help and you do like to give, right? So I don't think they would have needed to do much convincing. So I can't even say, okay, you're going to blame it on the fact that they convinced you to donate. No, you would have donated anyway, right? But no one forced you to do so. You did so on your own free will. And having some form of disability, physical disability, does not excuse or cannot be used in a court of law to say I was disabled and I was tricked out of my money, or they were able to convince me out of my money, so therefore now I want my money back. No. Unless you have some form of documentation to show that you have some form of mental issue or mental disability, then maybe, and just maybe, you may have a case. But not for physical disability, because it does not affect your brains. Yes, you had brain surgery, you had this, you had that, but I'm sure if they should test your IQ right now, you'll be smart enough to make good decisions, and that's the decision you made on your own. So no, you wouldn't be able to win that in a court of law, right? All I'm asking and all I'm saying, because again, I am not going to no longer continue to tell you, hey, don't get angry at the lady, stop cursing her, stop disrespecting her. That's something at this point you have to come to grips on your own, to be able to find somehow, somewhere, to be able to let go of this anger, this hurt, this disappointment, this feeling of rejection, or whatever it is that you're feeling. You have to find your own way of able to get over that, forgive, and to move on. But if you're not willing to do that, because right now, being the way you are and coming against her the way you are, and having other people joining your platform, to help you to do that, or you feeling like, you're now connected to a group of your own that's going to be bashing and disrespecting or whatever, and you find that your views are going up again, I know that's going to make you not want to stop. It's going to make you not want to stop. But Dwayne, you once truly loved that lady. You really did. You really did truly loved and believe in her. And even if you are no longer believe in her, I would say to you, draw for the love that you used to have for her, to see if that could help you to refrain a lot of what you're currently doing. Because what you're currently doing is no different from what you accuse the rest of us, or, even Ashanti. Don't want to call his name, but it has to be called, because a lot of time, even me, myself, used to reflect back and say, oh, look what he used to do to her. Look what he used to say to her. Look what he did to her, and we keep looking backward instead of forward. And I have to realize at the end of the day, that's all in the past, regardless of whether or not we want to use that as an excuse as to why we're doing what we're doing and thinking that we should also be forgiven for it is by keep looking at the past. We have to look forward, look at the present, and look forward, right? So you can't even use that as an excuse to say, well, look what he used to do, so therefore me doing it now, what's the problem? He was forgiven. I'm sure I should be forgiven eventually too. We cannot continue to use that as an excuse anymore, right? Because he has moved on. He has moved on. I have moved on. Other people has moved on and even moved away from social media. So, it's a personal decision that we have to make on our own on whether or not we want to stop this madness when it comes to her. And we focusing on her not because she's God, not because she's special, not because, she's better than anybody else, but it's because her and the other blogger, the M lady, is the two major one in social media that's being dragged through the mud. Well, actually 3, but mainly 2. That get dragged through the mud for the past several years now, non-stop. And most of it is all in the name of content and views. So we're not just saying really about her per se, but I'm going to focus on her tonight in speaking with you. Draw from the love that you used to have for her, the respect you used to have for her, and try to find something in it to help you to refrain from continuing to do what you're doing by tearing down her character, tearing down her, reputation, tearing down, could even affect her business, eventually, who knows, right? But I just think it's time for you to kind of chill. Again, I can't tell you to stop. I'll be a hypocrite to do so because I have my own issue with someone particular. I feel hurt. I feel disappointed. I feel lied upon. I feel, used. I feel, and I have a lot of anger in me also towards that individual person. And again, what I do is to draw from the love that I used to have I still have some form of love for them, to be honest, but I'm just saying that love and that dedication that I used to feel towards us is no longer there, because as things are being revealed to me, and the things that was being done and said and the lies that were being told, and, a lot of little things that I've yet to mention on social media that was done towards me when all along I was trying to be a good friend, and to know that behind the scene and behind my back, it was something totally different, right? So you get a lot of anger and hurt and all that wasted time and energy and all the crap you put up with in the name of friendship or love, and only to find out that all along it was just a one-way street. You start to feel kind of angry, right? So you don't care. You don't care to hurt them. You don't care to put stuff on your status and, whatever. But I do draw from the love, the genuine love that I had for that person. And that's what hold me back from really going really, really hard and really say some things, you know what I mean? And I want you to be able to do the same if you can, if it's a possibility, because it really and truly don't sound good, and it don't look coming from you. Like I said, coming from anybody else is expected, right? So it's not strange. But coming from you, who once was one of her biggest defender, and the one that actually, every day, I love her, I love her, I love her. You know what I mean? Like, you have so much love for her. So coming from you is kind of weird. It just don't sound right. It don't look right. And it ain't right. You know what I mean? So I'm just hoping, Dwayne, trending drama, somehow you just find it in your heart to kind of ease back, Again, it's expected from other people. It's just not expected from you, and you don't look. It doesn't even fit you. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't even fit you for what you're doing towards her particularly. You know what I mean? So that's all I really could say to you, Dwayne. I'm really hoping that you will find peace. You would be able to forgive and move on. You know, God is looking down at all your actions, so He knows what you're doing. And, you know, karma definitely is a bitch, right? And anything that we do will come back to us. It will definitely come back to us. And that's why no matter what I'm doing, I kind of be conscious of how far I would take certain things. All right? All right. Anyway, guys, you guys have a wonderful day, evening, afternoon, morning, any part of the world you're in today. Queen Bee King, Queen Bee spoke, and Queen Bee is out. Dwayne, bless up yourself.